Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. We are excited to have Paul Jamison here with us today. Oh man, we just got done recording a podcast for Paul's show, the Green Industry Podcast, and he keeps on. Paul, me and Paul been friends for almost 2 years now, and he can't get the podcast name right. We made this change at Hype House 2021, and so we're in 2023 now. Or no, that was 2022. It was Hype House 2022 is when we made that change. So we're in 2023, and Paul keeps calling it the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast. So only you OGs that have listened from the beginning know that that's what the show used to be called. But Growing Green Podcast now. We're excited to be here today. Paul, how you been, man? It's been a minute since you've been on. I'm
doing great, Jeremiah. Thanks for having me on your show, man.
I'm excited to. It's we always have good conversations when we get on here. There's no telling where it's going to go. You just know it's kind of like you said, just a show with low expectations. We're going to hang out and have fun and hopefully bring a little bit of value and entertainment. So let's talk entertainment to start the show. How about them Buckeyes? Let's go. What are you going to say about that?
I got a lot to say about that. So Jackson Smith and all right, let's just go back to last year's NFL draft.
If people don't care about football, they're already gone. They've already clicked off the show.
Don't leave. Just fast forward.
That's right. Just skip
the show. We may say something worthwhile later on in the program, but you just poured acid on my wound. Okay. The Buckeyes wide receiver room last year, they had Jackson Smith and Njukwa, who's their best wide receiver, and then they had Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave went, I think, like number 12 and 13 in the draft and had breakout years in the NFL. Like, they were some of the top wide receivers in the league. They weren't even the best wide receivers on Ohio State last year. So they had Jackson Smith and Njukwa coming back. Well, he gets hurt, so he didn't get to play in the game. But they got this new guy, Marvin Harrison Jr., who's the best wide receiver in the planet. He played the first half and then a little bit of the third quarter. Ohio State didn't have their Stover, their tight end. They didn't have their running backs.
There's all these excuses. Always an excuse.
You asked me, and I'm telling you what I think.
Always an excuse from the Big Ten.
So listen.
Always an excuse.
Hey, listen.
You know what it comes down to? Welcome to the SEC.
God, listen.
Welcome to the SEC.
Listen. Ohio State comes into Atlanta. And they start kicking the rear end of Georgia. Kirby Smart's over there he's freaking out. He's chewing out Stetson Benson. The Buckeyes are destroying Georgia. Middle of the third quarter, this thing's over. Ohio State's up 2 scores. They're about to go up 3 scores. C.J. Stroud throws a pass to Marvin Harrison Jr., the best wide receiver in college football, in the back of the end zone, and Bullard comes and knocks him out of the game, literally has a concussion. They take his helmet. They knock our best player out of the game. They don't call targeting. And then from there, it was all downhill because the Buckeyes had their game plan was for Stover, the tight end, Cade Stover, and for Marvin Harrison Jr. to be in there. So they didn't have plays to call without that group. And with those guys, their running backs were injured and not playing. They just couldn't hold on that last quarter and a half. But until Marvin Harrison Jr. got beat, the Big Ten clearly flex that they're better than the SEC.
All right, get out.
Wasn't even questions.
Get out, Paul. Get out. Well, I think Mr. Producer would disagree with that statement because they went on and put a beat down on the old Horned Frogs.
Okay, so. But against Ohio State, the beat down was Ohio State beating down Georgia until you knocked our best player out of.
Hey, I'm not a Bulldog fan. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is 4 words. Welcome to the SEC.
And even after Kirby Smart's interview, he's basically like, Ohio State should have won that. Like,
look, you just got to give Kirby credit. Like, his timeout call is going to be like one for the ages. Like, if he doesn't call that timeout, then
if Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't get hurt, there is no. The game is such a blowout.
Yeah. All right. Well, Paul's obviously still a little salty about the loss.
Listen, we lost.
Yeah,
I need help. My heart's got a lot of bitterness.
I got a lot of
Lord
bitterness.
doesn't like that. It does. I'm
Who are you bitter towards?
Kirby.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. Mr. Producer.
Oh man.
Mr. Producer has got to text me trash talking.
I know he sent you a text immediately.
Well, what makes me mad? I was using his YouTube account, watching it, but I didn't realize. You know how there's the cursor where you can watch, so you're like current.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was behind, so he started
texting you before it
what
happened.
A great day to be a Georgia Bulldog, and I'm like, why is he texting me that? There's no way. And then I fast forward and I can see him celebrate. So I didn't actually get to watch it because I just fast forward and saw it.
Oh man.
I was depressed. January 1st, some of y'all hopping and skipping. Happy New Year. I was.
Paul was down in the dumps.
I still am.
Paul is bitter. Bitterness. Well,
but the Lord don't like my bitterness, so I need to figure out how to get healed and moved on. But I guess the difficulty is the arrogance of SEC fans.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. Anyway, welcome to the South, guys. If you can't tell, football is a large part of our fall, and so everybody loves their football on Saturdays. It's fun. It's actually, there's some good to it. There's a lot of good that gets involved if you actually handle it the right way. It can make a lot of fun family memories. We have season tickets to Auburn, and so as Jack grows up, hopefully we get to go to games and hang out with him, and so just a lot of memories we hope to create there. But anyway, let's talk. What do we want to talk today, Paul? We got first of the year, a lot of fun.
No one's listening to us, so
yeah, that's right. We're down to 0 listeners at this point.
You can talk about whatever you want. Yeah, man.
That's right. No one made it through those first 4 minutes of Paul's.
Marvin Harrison Jr. rant.
Yeah, Paul's bitter heart turned everybody off. So, anyway, 2023 started off with a bang for us. Just been busy. January, February are busy months. We have Podcast Summit, we have Synced Live, we have Kohler event, we have a vacation we're taking. A lot of stuff happening for the growing on in the green industry right now. Just a really fun way to start the year. I think January, February, March are 3 crucial months that almost get overlooked for a lot of people. For us, we're trying to start off the year strong. We're trying to stay busy. We're keeping on our full-time guy this year, so that adds a lot to the table. It's like you got somebody on payroll full-time, then you got to step it up. You got to generate work, you got to generate leads, and you got to sell work as well. You can't just generate work, you got to sell work. So for us, it's been a really cool process getting able to keep Bailey on for the winter here, and we've been doing some fun stuff. We've been redoing the inside of the box truck. If you've been following us along on Instagram, we painted the walls. We put up plywood on the inside of the walls and painted them green to match the growing green, So, anyway, Paul, what's new for you, man? What you got going on over at the Green Industry Podcast? I know there's some big things happening there. So, what all have you got going on? You got a new book coming out. You got I know you and Cody are doing some stuff. So, what all share with my audience what you got going on?
Cool. Well, we'll start. You did mention Cody. We made a course, how to market your business. So that will be coming out later this month. He is a genius with marketing. He was working with the Lawn Care Millionaire there for years, and really excited for that to be dropping here in a few weeks. So stay tuned for that. You mentioned a new book. I've been working on it, and it ain't quite ready yet. So I gotta get
Ohio State Buckeyes got him in his state of depression, so he's got to get out of that.
I gotta bust out they call it writer's block. So I got Big Ten blues here, writer's block. We'll get that worked out, and I'm actually working with Joey Coberly on the new book. He is our mutual bookkeeper, and so he's doing some of the writing with how to know your numbers. So it's going to be a really good insights from him, because I see glimpses of people when I do a one-on-one call, Jeremiah, but it's only an hour at a time, and then it's sporadic. He sees a lot of businesses every single day and every single week and every single month, and so I think he's got a really unique perspective of how many landscaping businesses numbers he knows. And so that I'm really looking forward to that. The 3 events you mentioned, I'm planning on attending all 3 of them. The Podcast Summit in beautiful Fairfield County, Ohio. I've seen pictures, videos of Caleb's new shop. And honestly, one of my goals, Jeremiah, one day is I want to build something similar to what Caleb and Brittany are building. And so I definitely want to see it in person and get to mingle with everybody there on January 28th for the Podcast Summit event, and hope you guys will come out and hang out with us for that. Then we finally have an event in our city, Atlanta, Georgia, my city, I should say, for now. was telling Jeremiah off here, I'm trying to piece out of here soon, but I live here now, and I'll be at Sync Live. It's in the Cobb Galleria, which is right next to the Atlanta Braves, the baseball stadium, right next to the Battery, where all the nice restaurants are, the Cumberland Mall. It's a really nice part of our city. So I'll be going to that on Monday, February 6th. It starts 3 p.m. and then all day on Tuesday, February, the next day, 7th, I guess.
Yeah.
Sync Live. So looking forward to that. And then I'm also planning to go to Hattiesburg, Mississippi for the Kohler event, February 19th through 21. So I know once the season starts, it's like guys don't have time to travel. GIE is like an exception, or equip, because a lot of guys can kind of plan ahead and it's the tail end of the season. But spring and summer, I know it's hard. I'm going to try to go to the Together in the Trades because I really want to go to Montana. But
it's a haul. It's a haul.
Yeah. So anyway, I like how January and February, it's like that's the time to get to the events, get trained, get plugged in the community, get revved up for the year. So I'm planning on being at all 3 of the community events. So
yeah, I think it's going to be a fun time. It's something that it's cool to see more events popping up every single day. Sync Live, I'm really excited to go to and see what that is all about. It's the second year. Paul and I both are going to be there. It's going to be really fun. Hopefully get to meet a lot of business owners there, a lot of high-level CEOs, executives, people who are running very, very large companies, and so can give you a lot of insight if you're trying to grow your business. Congrats to Brandon from Any Given Season LLC up in Pennsylvania. He won our giveaway. He had a 50-50 chance between him and one other person because all of you that listen to the show did not enter our giveaway on Instagram to get a free ticket to the event. So anyway, I'm excited for him to get to come down. He's going to come down from Pennsylvania and get to enjoy the show for free, and that was really cool. We got to help partner with Sync there, and they got to give away a ticket, and hopefully he gets to come and grow his business there. So that's going to be a fun event.
Texted me while we were recording my podcast. He's planning to come to Sync Live. So
really? Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And I'll have to coordinate. I'm not sure when you're coming into town, but there's a really cool podcast studio in Atlanta that I want to show Naylor. So I'm not sure when you're going to be here, but
yeah,
if his schedule syncs, I want you to see it too. But it is so awesome. They took this building and they renovated like each room into a podcast studio with the lights, the cameras, the couches, the decor. And then you can just go there and they'll film your podcast for you. And it's really cool. Like it's for like the big boys are podcasting there, but I'm going to try to rent it for a couple hours, like before or after Sync Live. So Naylor can see it and everything. Cause,
yeah, anyways, that sounds interesting. Yeah, that sounds really cool. We'd be honored to check that out. So come to Atlanta if you haven't. If you're near or around or 2 or 3 hours, make the drive, get a plane, whatever you need to do to get there. It's going to be a cool event. It's going to be small. I think this is a crucial time to get in on this because I see in the next 3 to 4 years this thing really exploding and turning into something huge. So you could be some of the ones that are like, hey, we were there in the beginning. It was very small, intimate group. It was 70 vendors, I think is what there's going to be, something like that, 70 exhibitors. So it's going to be some really cool stuff there. You said Husqvarna might be coming.
I'm 95% sure. I was just chatting with them the other day, and they asked me if I'm going to Sync Live. I was like, yeah, and it sounded like they were.
Yeah, so, I know Gravely's going to be there. A lot of
local dealer here. You guys don't have in Bama, but they're huge in Atlanta. They're called the Howard Brothers.
Yeah.
Andy texted me this morning asking me if I'm gonna be there. I'm like, yep. And he's like, so are we. And he said I think Ventrack's coming down or something.
Yeah.
They're gonna do something with Ventrack there. So anyway, when I go to these events, Jeremiah, it's not the equipment's like secondary cool. I know it does good on Instagram reels and stuff, but I'm all about the community. So a chance to hang out with you in person, Naylor, my boy TJ Buchanan's coming up from Florida. I got friends that I know are coming. So it's like, I just like hanging out with you guys. So like all that's just like extra credit. It's the community for me, is why I go. And they got all kind of training and stuff, but honestly, I just like hanging out with you guys. So
yeah, no, I think that is a huge reason to go to live events is even if I'm not going to say you don't need the education because pretty much everybody needs the education. But if for some reason the education doesn't apply to you, then just go build friends and build networks. I was talking to a guy actually this morning on the phone. He was just telling he's a local landscaper around my area, and he's a young guy. He's got a young business, but he's doing very well. He's doing very high-end projects. And he was telling me just some of the people that he knew and stuff. And I was like, how do you meet these people? And he said, you just go to live events. You just network. You go to things, go to trade shows. And so
I met you at a live event.
Yeah, literally, exactly. We almost got arrested at Magnolia Silos because we were trying to podcast and the wannabe cop said no. But anyway, it's a crucial time to go, and I'm not going to get into the whole live event thing because I've done multiple shows on why you should go to those, and so go back and listen to them if you want to. But you just make a lot of great connections. A lot of great relationships are built at live events. And I think that's one thing that I'm going to try to do more in 23 is get to more trade shows because they're just, you always get to meet new vendors. You get to meet new business owners, and it's always a great time there. So a lot of cool events going on. Let's talk, what are we going to do in 23 to make our businesses different, Paul? What are some things you're going to do to change your businesses as far as social media goes, the podcast goes? How are you going to make them better? I know it's kind of putting you on the spot there, but just how are you gonna not maybe niche down, but just how are you going to improve your businesses as far as profitability goes, as far as content goes, everything goes along with it. Well, guys, thanks for tuning into the show today, and I'm so excited to be bringing to you a new live event in our industry. It's called Synced Live. It's the second annual event, and it's going to be on February the 6th and the 7th of 2023 at the Cobb Galleria in Atlanta, Georgia. Some of the leaders that are going to be speaking at this event from our industry are Jim McCutcheon, Deborah Cole, Mike Haynes, Jay Worth, Joe Langton, and many more. There's literally probably 10 more on this list that I'm not even reading, so there's going to be a ton of value packed from speakers there. There's also going to be education topics going on in and around the booth at the event. They're going to be talking about recruiting and retaining employees, innovation, automation, and the ROI of automation. There's going to be tons of stuff on that. There's also going to be 70-plus vendors. Now, you don't want to go to a trade show and not see vendors. So, like we said, 70-plus vendors. There's going to be vendors pertaining to porcelain paving, natural stone paving, walling systems, smart measurement, robotic mowers, tech, software, everything in between. It's going to be full of value and full of great vendors and exhibits that we get to go look at and try things out for our business and see how we can make our businesses better in the future. So, like I said, it's our second annual event, Synced Live, February 6th and 7th in Atlanta, Georgia. The 6th is a half a day of the show. The full day is on the 7th, on Tuesday. I can't wait to be a part of this. I can't wait to show up and be there and network, hang out with all of you guys. This is my first year going. If you've never gone, if you didn't go last year, make it out this year, Atlanta, Georgia. It's well worth your ticket price just for the education alone, not even to mention all the vendors and things you're going to get to see and the networking you're going to get to do. So come out and see us in Atlanta on February the 6th and the 7th at Synced Live, Cobb Galleria. We can't wait to see you there. Now let's get back to the show.
Yeah, well, I think that's a great question. And I think for starters, number one, I got to put God back to being first place in my life. I don't want to say he wasn't first place last year, but what happened was these algorithms, and Jay Jacobs and I was talking about this on my show, Jeremiah, but like to serve these algorithms, like whether it's Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or whatever, like you got to be consistent. You got to, sometimes use a trending sound or like this. There's all these like nooks and crannies. And so last year I started really getting sucked into all that and getting to be a consumer of content, like scrolling through and watching and just like getting into that time wasting. And like my pastor calls it the destiny destroyer. And so one of the big changes this year, and I'm asking you to be my accountability partner, Jeremiah, listening, like, when you guys see me on social media, I want it to be because I got on there and I made a post that was somewhat value oriented or entertaining, and then I get off. And I learned that from my coach Justin Moore. He's like, you got to create and not consume. Like if you got to create and not consume. So
you can't do both.
Right. Well, you can do both, but you're not going to move the needle, and the consuming is going to derail you from your destiny. And I'm not saying for everybody. Like if you work at night, like your wife, for example, works a 9 to 5 or a nurse job or whatever. She wants to come home and she wants to scroll through Instagram and see what her friends are doing. Like I'm not saying that's evil.
Yeah.
But for me, it is because I have so much opportunity. I have so much responsibility. I have so much that I need to be, focus my time on being productive with, that if I'm scrolling through social media, I'm out of God's will. It's as simple as that. And I'm trying to get in the perfect will of God this year. So it's going to be a major change because I really started getting social media. I guess you could call it an addiction, or like on your phone, it will show you your report of like how much time you spent on Instagram and the or whatever the app is, YouTube.
Yeah.
And the numbers don't lie. I mean, it's like I didn't spend that much time reading my Bible. that previous day. I didn't spend that much time in prayer. I didn't spend that much time even like doing something like it's like my time was on social media, and the deception is, well, you work on social media, you know, because I theoretically I do earn income from the internet. I try to explain this to my parents, like, what do you do? Like, we're worried about you. Like, I was like, oh.
I think everything you're saying is valid, and me and Paul are both people of faith, and we're very public about that. But not everybody is that way. There's probably a few of you listening that don't believe that way, and that's totally fine. You believe how you want to believe. So let's take it and kind of turn it a different way there, because some of you might be like, well, that doesn't apply to me. Well, it does apply to you, because even if for Paul, it's not reading his Bible, or for me, it's not witnessing to people. But for you, it might be, well, what are you doing to grow your business while you're sitting there scrolling? Like that's the way you look at it, is you're scrolling, but you could be updating your Google My Business page, or sending out an email newsletter, or creating a video for your customers on your website. Like those are all things that you are doing wrong.
Or spending time with your family. I'm single.
Literally, yeah.
Like Jay Jacobs was like, dude, he leaves his phone in his car at 5, literally, and he goes inside and he spends the evening with his wife and children, undistracted, present. Joshua Sutton has a little box. He puts his phone in his box. He just started doing this to spend time with his wife. And so as a single man, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be honest, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m. I do a little bit of work, but mostly that phone you see sitting there is getting my eye gate. It's getting my attention, and I'm single. But when I do get married, I'm going to pour that habit right into my marriage. So I'm trying to figure out a way now to get victory over that dang phone right there, while still, you know, being successful on the platforms, because they are great opportunities. Amazon's the second biggest Amazon's the second biggest business in the world.
Yeah.
Walmart's biggest. Amazon's the second, I think. And I was looking at Forbes the other day. YouTube, Facebook, Meta, Instagram, right? They're Facebook and Instagram are the same company, Meta. TikTok. There's humongous opportunities on these platforms, but they also could take you out. They also could derail you from what God's called you to do. Or even if you don't want, I don't mind thumping the Bible around, but to take that out, like you said, okay, then you could, if you don't want to scroll, then you could go to the gym and get your fitness better.
Yeah.
Get your relationships better. You can get your business better. You don't have to cut out social media just so you can read the Bible more. I'm just saying, how much I read the Bible in 2022 compared to how much I spent on social media, it's beyond embarrassing.
Not even close. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just look at so many people who create you can look at content creators who literally make their business off of being online, and they will tell you they don't spend time on social media. They don't waste their time on there. It's like you're saying, and honestly, most of them, they create the content and then someone else posts it.
That's what my coach does. He made 800 and something. We'll just call it 850,000 for round numbers. He made $850,000 last year. Yeah. On social media. His name's Justin Moore. He's my coach. And he doesn't consume social media. I'll mention something one time. He's like, oh yeah, I don't know. He's like, I just create. Yeah. And then he has an editor that edits, and then he has a poster that posts, and he's like, it's like toxic. Like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like drug addicts, you know, the drug dealers never do the drugs. They just sell to the drug addicts. Like, that's people that understand what social media is. They don't consume it. They just create it.
Frank was telling me that he heard like some leader of one of these companies like won't let their children on it. Yeah. And they're the ones that like run the company. Like, they know how destructive it is. And so it's no other generation. Yeah, I was going to say no other generation has had this opportunity or distraction. And so it's like, you asked me a question, what my plans are for 2023. I'm going to get better in business. And it's that phone kicked my rear end last year. And this year it's going to be me utilizing the opportunities on that phone without it distracting me and destroying my destiny. So
I love it. I hope everybody else out there has their goals in place. We've already gone over those for ourselves. We're trying to do a lot of big things. We're trying to grow the business, trying to scale a little bit more, and I think it's going to come with some challenges for sure. I want to get into some hardscapes maybe, so trying to take in some of that content, learn and educate myself there. But I also just want to build relationships really well this year. I want to give back a lot. I want to give back a lot of my time, a lot of my energy. I want to give to the community because that's what in it for, is like trying to help other people. So on this podcast, that's what we're trying to do each and every week here, 3 times a week. Like, it's a lot, especially this time of year. If you listen to shows, you just kind of understand how it goes. Like from December to February, March, it gets kind of slow, you know. It just, because that's just not the time of season that we're not in our growing season. Everybody's not out cutting grass and they're not really like in the mood. But our job is to stay in the mood. Like, you don't even have an off season. There's no such thing as an off season when you're an entrepreneur, as a business owner. You're always trying to do something. And so I can't, that one thing that I failed at in 22 and I want to get better at in 23 is I want to delegate my time better, but then in the time that I save by delegating tasks, I want to be useful with that time and I want to be productive with that time.
Good.
Because that's the problem that I see is people say, oh, get your groceries delivered. Don't go to the store. That wastes time. Do productive things. But they get their groceries delivered and take a nap while they get them delivered. They're not doing anything productive. So you're just spending more money while not creating any money. And so like it's just part of it. That's just how the world is, a lot of the way the world thinks. And so we need to change that up this year and moving forward. Is just, as business owners, we have to get our minds right and we have to be thinking, how can we make another sale or make another dollar, or what? Maybe it's not making money to you, but maybe it's just growing your reach in the community or serving your community or whatever it is that you need to be doing. You feel like you need to be doing better. This is the time of year to be doing it. And I don't think that needs to be overlooked, even though we're not out every day mowing grass or doing whatever you're doing, laying pavers or slinging mulch. It's still a time that we need to be working our businesses. And so some of you are plowing snow right now. I'm not plowing snow. Paul, you're listening to the tornadoes that we just got. Hopefully you don't blow away during this interview. Is it still storming there?
Wow. Oh yeah, it's windy, thunder. There's a storm going on right outside my window. So
yeah, we had tornadoes come through earlier today, and luckily they didn't hit us too hard. They hit a little south of us. But tornado season here is a very real thing, and we just kind of rock and roll with it. So just part of it, you know. Like, a lot of guys that live on the coast are deal with hurricanes and things. Hey, give me a little update. Did your hosting platform give you kind of an end of year review? Did they send you like anything telling you for the podcast where you were or anything like that?
No, sir.
Well, you need to get on my hosting platform. The old
you use Buzzsprout?
Buzzsprout. Yep.
That's what it's called, or
Yep.
BuzzFeed?
Buzzsprout.
Really?
Yeah. Really good platform. So if you're looking to start a podcast, Buzzsprout, hit me up. Get your referral link. But anyway, they sent me a thing for the end of the year, and I wanted to kind of go over this because this would be a good show to go over with you, Paul, because you're a huge inspiration for why I started my show. It kind of helped me get started. You've helped a lot of guys get started. That's something that you never want to be braggadocious. You're never going to like, oh, look at me, look what I did. But that is something that should give you a little bit of peace at night and just satisfaction. Like, look at all the people you've helped in the long run, starting shows and things like that. So thank you to you for
got your thumbnail, got your raggedy thumbnail improved for you.
My other thumbnail was good, Paul. I don't know what you're talking about, but the one I have now is really good. The one I have now is really good. Yeah, I mean, I just hired have you ever tried to hire somebody on like Upwork or Fiverr or somewhere and like you get some bad people? I just hired a guy from the Philippines to create me some cover art for an online resource. Dude, it was the most wasted money ever. He did so bad. It was terrible.
Yeah, Upwork gave me a refund because this dude didn't even he never replied. I put the order in. He just never answered anything to me. So after time, I started messaging Upwork, and they're like, "We're gonna refund your money." Like, the guy just never would respond.
Well,
so
at least they took care of you.
Yeah, Upwork refunded me, but I'm like, the poor guy, like, you know, I don't even know if he's still alive, you know? So,
yeah, he just ghosted you.
Yeah. I had a little more luck on Fiverr. My book cover for Cut That Grass, Make That Cash, Best Business Practices for Landscapers, and 101 Proven Ways to Increase Money in Lawn Care. All 3 of those books were designed through Fiverr, and I love my covers.
Awesome. That's a little bit of advice I would give to somebody out there if you're wanting to maybe create a logo for your company. There's this time of year you're trying to maybe rebrand or something. Get on a platform like that and get somebody. There's a lot of people that are very talented on those platforms that can do it way cheaper than you would take it to a design company for somebody in your local community.
But look at their ratings and reviews, because the guy that did a good job on my cover, he was expensive, but he had a bunch of 5-star reviews. And the guy on Upwork was only $40 to edit a video, so I should have known. Like, man, that seems really low.
Yeah.
But
No, you're right. And that if you want to hear more on that, we went into a long, lengthy episode on your show, the Green Industry Podcast, that we talked about. It's coming out next week. We talked about that of vet your people, vet the people that you're investing your money into, because there's you can get burned. Let's just say that. You can just get burned, and you need to. There's a lot of people out there that want to take advantage of you, and so just when you're trying to better yourselves, just make sure you're vetting and doing things like that. But I wanted to really quickly, so. Podcast kind of review for the year. 25%. We were in the top 25% of all podcasts downloaded on Buzzsprout. That was pretty cool. So it was a cool stat. Paul, you were probably top 5 or top 10 percent with your numbers.
We're top 1% globally.
Top 1%. Okay.
On that platform, yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's
awesome.
a website called Listen Notes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see what you're ranked globally. Outside of the Buzzsprout. Listen Notes. You can keep talking. I'm gonna look up your.
Yeah. So this is according to my hosting platform. Top 25% of all podcasts. We had 5,291 minutes of content out there that was listened to. So that was really cool. That's a lot of minutes. What is the math on that? I need to do that. 5,291.
Your global rank is the top 3%.
Yeah. There we go. That's pretty cool.
All podcasts in the world. That's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's an honor to get to do that. 220 days worth of content. No. Yes. 5,290. 5,290 divided by 24 hours. 220 days worth of content was released in. Is that right? There's no way that's right. I guess so. 3 shows a week. 3 shows a week. We had 5,291 minutes.
Wow.
Wait. That's not right. 5,291 minutes divided by 24. 220. Yep. I don't know. I can't do the math on that live on air. You call me my pants down. I cannot do the math on that. But why am I messing up so bad on that? Okay, so I had to do the actual math on that. It's somewhere like 88 hours or something. I don't know where I got 220 days. Not 220 days. 88 hours of content was what was produced here on the show. So that was really cool to be able to do that. That's a lot of people. There's a lot of guests along the way. Really cool to do that. 131 episodes. 57,000 downloads for the year, which is cool. That's huge for me. It's not anything massive. Paul gets, 150,000 a month or something like that, 110,000 a month?
Yeah, we had well over 1 million downloads last year, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's insane. That is really, really cool that you guys are all supporting Paul and tuning in over there. But then I think the 57,000 is cool, but 34 countries. That was awesome to me. That's really cool that people all across the world are listening in. So thanks to everybody tuning in, supporting us here. It wouldn't be possible without you. It wouldn't be possible without guys like Paul helping me along the way. So I hope everybody out there enjoys the show and enjoys Paul's show. A lot of new up-and-comers in the podcast world. It's going to be interesting 2023. Yeah. Mag and Steel. Craig Scheller's got a podcast, Backyard Conversations. Craig won't give me credit. I'm not really. I'm just giving him a hard time. But I was Craig's first podcast interview, and he won't say that on anything. He's like, I listened to a bunch of these shows. I've been on a bunch of shows. Like, Craig, I was your first podcast interview. You hadn't done a podcast with anybody. I'm the one that found you first. But I'm just messing with him. Craig's a really cool guy. His show's gonna take off, I think, because if you haven't heard your interview with Craig, then you need to go listen to on Paul's show, because that was really cool, talking about the way that he wants to put a spin on things. It's just literally having a backyard conversation, talking about the things that he builds, and he's got a lot of relationships that a lot of guys don't have because he's been in many different fields of work, and so I think he can bring a lot to the industry. But Paul, what are you gonna leave us with? You got any like magic words of advice or anything to help guys through this time of year? How to keep them healthy, staying busy, and keep their business rocking and rolling?
Yeah, I think this is the time of the year to reset. And just personally speaking, it's like, how can I be more efficient? Like, what is your financial setup? QuickBooks Online and the Landscaping Bookkeeper is what you and I do for our finances. What's your setup for the various parts, like a CRM? You know what I mean? I use Jobber. What do you use?
Synced up, baby.
Okay, yeah. So if you don't have a CRM like this, once the spring rush hits, it's hard to onboard all your information and all of that. Like, it's possible for sure.
You need to be doing it now.
I did mine in August.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, I went to Yardbooks and did their free 99 version. So I got everything inserted in that. Then I switched over to Jobber, and it was like August, September-ish. And not the right time to be doing that. Like, so if you don't have a CRM, get you a CRM and get on, get everything, like your customer's address and just menial tidy or minuscule. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but like that's not something you want to be doing in the spring rush. You want to be getting paid the most money you can for the best job. So get that stuff done now. Get your CRM in order. Get your bookkeeper hired. Shout outs to our bookkeeper, the landscaping bookkeeper. They do a good job. Get all that stuff in order and get to the gym. Start, walking on the treadmill or doing some planks or training sessions or whatever. And, get in shape and
get your mind right.
Yeah, because like in retail, I used to work in the mall, and for like the limited and the limited two, they were these two stores right next to each other. So I didn't realize I had like entrepreneurial tendencies in high school, but now I look back on it and I realize, man, like I just didn't have language for it, but I was always interested in like, how much money did you guys make today? Like talking to the manager at the store and stuff. Like I was just intrigued by all that as a high school kid. You know what I mean? Like, what were your sales today? Because I worked at a kiosk in the mall, so I would see what our sales were, and I would see how many more people would go into the limited and limited two. I don't even know if they have those stores anymore. It's like women would go in there.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, it's like a store for women, and then limited two is a store for women, but for girls, like the youth version of it. And our kiosk was right outside of that. And so, but anyway, they would make 80%. Wasn't this? They would make 80% of their revenue for the year from Thanksgiving to the end of the year. 80%.
Wow.
So then the other 11 months, they made 20% of their revenue for the year. And that always intrigued me, even as like a young high school kid. I'm like, that's just crazy. Well, in lawn care, it's like April, May, you can't leave anything on the table. You got to go out there and hunt it down and make a bunch of money in April and May. And of course, beyond that, but this like those 2 months need to be absolutely booming. And so it's like, prepare for that now with your physical health, with your efficiencies, with like the administrative side of things. So that would be, I'm talking to myself. Like that's what I'm personally doing, is trying to get in shape, trying to relook at what subscriptions do I want? What delegating do I want? What makes sense and what doesn't make sense?
I love it, man. Hopefully this helped you a little bit out there, just trying to get reset, recharged, and ready to go for 2023. It's been a fun time today getting to chat with Paul. We've been rocking and rolling here for about 2 hours, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jeremiah. I don't pick up on your nonverbal cues to end the show, so I'll let you close it out.
Are you kidding me? I would go all day long. This is fun stuff. I could sit here, and as long as our listeners would listen all day long. I don't think they would.
Them when you asked me about the Big Ten.
We lost them. We lost them at minute 4. So,
oh man,
if anybody's listening at minute 35, well, thanks for listening. But we will. We'll get Paul to move over here. I'm trying to get Paul to move to Trustful because he can come to my church, and we got a lot of single ladies to fix him up with. So, we're trying to.
Why don't we do this, Jeremiah? Why don't I visit?
Okay.
One Sunday morning.
Yeah. There you go.
And your version of fine single ladies and my version of my single ladies. I got all kind of people, like my mom's friends and all these people. Oh, we want you to meet so and so.
Yeah, they're trying to hook you up with somebody, and you're like, what?
Like,
no.
I've waited, and for those of you who don't know my story, I've saved myself for marriage, so I'm not sexually active, or I'm 37 years old, and I'm not. Yeah, I don't know how more blunt to be. I've saved myself for marriage. So anyway, it's like I've saved myself this long. I ain't settling for some. Like I want a fine girl. Loves the Lord, but got to be fine.
I mean? Well, we're trying to get Paul to move over here so we can get him hooked up with a girl, and then I can also take him to an Auburn football game and teach him how the SEC plays football. So hopefully he'll get over here and watch some SEC football and kind of convert from his old ways. Yeah,
that would be fun. And if I move there, and I'm prayerfully considering it, Jason and you would collectively be a lot of good fresh content, because I've posted the same video of Jason mowing like 30 times. It goes viral every time, but it's like at some point the algorithm's gonna be like, dude, stop it.
Yeah, no. There's also a massive. One of the largest landscape companies in the Southeast is in our city, so that's might be a good connection to make there as well. So a lot of fun stuff happening in 23. hopefully Paul becomes an SEC football fan. And other than that, I hope you grow your businesses. I hope you continue to crush life and everything else that goes along with it. So what have you got to say, Paul? I know you're biting your lip over there.
I was like, if this girl's real fine, I'll be an Auburn fan or Alabama. If I get me a fine wife that likes Auburn or Alabama,
it doesn't matter.
With that little A on my hat, like Alabama. I feel like I want to be an Alabama fan more than an Auburn
fan.
Oh,
my goodness. That's such a typical bandwagoner statement. Like, everybody goes to
I have history with Nick Saban. When I was a little kid, he was our defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. And you know who the head coach of that team was? 94 Cleveland Browns?
Bill Belichick.
Yep. How about that coaching combo? Bill Belichick was our head coach. Saban was our defensive coordinator. Saban took a job to leave Cleveland to go to Michigan State to be their head coach. And the Browns fired Bill Belichick, one of our great Cleveland Browns football decisions.
You didn't think I would know that, did you? You did not expect me to get Belichick.
No, that's impressive. But we ran LeBron out of town and Belichick. So we had in the sporting world, we had the GOATs in Cleveland at one point.
Yeah, Saban. Hey, there's no question for me. Saban's the greatest football coach of all time, college football at least, and Belichick's probably NFL. So it's arguable, but everybody's got their own opinions. But what's crazy is this is gonna be the last football thing, and then we'll wrap the show. But what's crazy? You look at Alabama's quarterback room 4 years ago. They had Tua, they had Jalen Hurts, and they had Mac Jones all in the same quarterback room. Insane.
It's like the Buckeyes wide receiver room. Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, and Marvin Harrison Jr. were all on the same team.
I'm going to be interested to see if Tua plays football.
And Jackson Smith-Njigba was on that team. My God. Marvin Harrison Jr. wasn't on that team. Excuse me, Buckeyes fans. Jeremiah got me riled up here.
Yeah, Paul's riled up.
I did not realize, like, when I lived in the Big Ten country, everyone loves football, but it's like it's just common. Like, of course, we all love football. But when I moved down here, it's like the obnoxious level is a whole other thing. It really is. And I think
try living in Alabama.
I think one of the reasons is, Jeremiah, like, so if you live in Ohio, you have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers and Indianapolis Colts and Detroit Lions. There's like 6 or 7 NFL teams within a 2-hour drive. Like, literally, it's an hour and a half drive for me to go to Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium, and it's a 1-hour drive for me to go to Cleveland Browns, and in a few hours to Cincinnati Bengals. And all we have down here is the Falcons. And maybe someone could say Carolina Panthers if you live over that way. But there's not NFL teams geographically. So I think people retreat more because the college is the only option. And the Falcons they're not that good. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Even my customers that played for the Falcons would like trash talk the Falcons. Like, man, these fans suck. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, it was funny. They're like, because like if you go to like Green Bay Packers, they got great fans. Buffalo Bills, right? Like there's some teams.
Bills Mafia is crazy though.
Yeah, and the Cleveland Browns haven't been a good football team, but their fans are like, it's a good game. But you go to a Falcons game, it's like everyone's on their phone, no one's really cheering. It's like, it's not.
Well, they blew the biggest Super Bowl lead of all time. So
a lot of my customers were involved in that. So please don't
don't go down that road.
Well, we could go down that road. I mean, it was 28-3.
Yeah.
My
crazy.
Customer was the defensive coordinator.
Tom Brady showed his dominance that day. So anyway, 40 minutes, 42 probably is what the total time has been so far. About 10 of it has been football. If you enjoy football, you enjoyed this episode. If you didn't,
I told you to have low expectations.
That's right. We did say that. We did warn you early on in the beginning. We said this show is just going to be fun, hanging out, having a good time, having a fun Friday show. So anyway, guys, I hope you had a good day wherever you're at, good week of production. Hope you are crushing it through the winter season, getting ready for the spring. It'll be here before you know it. 7 weeks, 6-7 weeks here. It's going to be here. We're just going to start slinging mulch and mowing grass. So
yeah, and if you guys can come on out wherever you live, if you're close to Caleb Almonds, come on out, hang out with us on January 28th, Carroll, Ohio. If you're in the Atlanta area, come on to Sync Live February 6th and 7th. And if you're in Mississippi, we'll be there February 19th through 21st. So I'd love to see you guys at these events. If they're in your neck of the woods, swing on by.
Yes, sir. It sounds like a plan, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you would, leave us a big 5-star rating and review. Those really help us continue to grow the show so we can continue to grow the community one relationship at a time. Without any further ado, that's going to wrap it up. Thanks, Paul.
Go Buckeyes.
Look forward to seeing everybody on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.